Stadium in South Bend, Indiana. And everybody has been waiting on this one. Number 1 against number 2. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Catching up with the Fighting Irish head coach before the game, he understands the importance of this game as a separator in the conference standings. With both teams undefeated, some games under their belt, this will be a great test for his team to see if they are on track to make it to the conference championship. He wants their total focus, their total composure, and their total attention today in this crucial conference matchup. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. Looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Running inside, it's Jackson. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Saying from the gun on 3rd down. He unleashes a long one. Makes a grab deep. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible. This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Send the tight end in motion. Looking for a gap. It's Jackson. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
So far, it's been a rough first drive for this defense, but I tell you what, guys, all can be forgotten if they can bow up and make a stand right here. You got a goal-to-go situation. You know they're going to try to be physical. The field's already shrunk. Get some momentum back right here. Get a big stand. At least hold them to 3.
Fans are bringing the noise on. And
They did a really good job of setting the tone and stringing that drive together. It was a long drive. They needed to convert some specific spots.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Might be changing the route. They'll try it over the left side. There he goes. Powers through. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. They'll ride the hot hand. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. And what a challenge this is going to be for both teams, both with unblemished records, both sitting atop the conference, and both eager to square off against each other.
And what I think makes this one more fun is that it's not just the two top teams in the conference. These might be two of the better teams in the entire country. These two teams might make the college football playoff. Lots of football out ahead. But this is a matchup, regardless of whether you're a fan of these teams in the conference, of college football you've been waiting to see.
And it's so nice that whoever wins this, you talk about putting yourself in a great position, you hand them a loss in the conference, move them down the standings, and you have the tiebreaker. A lot on the line today.
They'll try to run for it. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on fourth down in their own territory. Carr to throw for it on fourth. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
And this offense chooses to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now, early in the game, a chance to create momentum to swing back to the other side of the football field.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Always a positive to put up early points, and they'll try to add to this 6-0 edge. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. And the Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. They feed him again. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Makes the grab on the left. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Throws to the wideout, working the middle. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll use the running game on first and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. They want to run this quarterback. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they stretched the lead to 13. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Slips through the line. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. Here come the Irish, back on offense. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that. But your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Zings it complete to the right. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down.
It's going to be fun to watch this receiving group, I think, for Notre Dame this season. I think one of the things Marcus Freeman's done a really good job of in recent years is go to the portal and bring difference makers at the receiver spot. It was Malachi Fields coming over for Virginia, the big, tall body making big plays downfield last year for the Irish. And this has always been a position, David, that we thought was always a little bit behind some of the elite competition in college football, but it feels like that's starting to change now.
And great house and phase on both backs, so obviously some experience there, but then bringing in some ultra-talented, highly recruited receivers from Ohio State. Those guys usually pan out pretty well. To have that speed element, a couple of guys that maybe click now with this C.J. Carr offense and the passing attack, which went from a liability a couple years ago to a strength.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. Quarterback making checks. From the gun on third down, Carr plucks it out of the air. Oh, he's got some space. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The negative play leaves them with 2nd and 12. They go right back to it. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Carr from the gun on third down. Takes a grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Glover. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find an answer. Throw it, say it. It's complete on the right side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple. Guys, I know 1 versus 2 largely speaks for itself, but think of everything that's at stake. Playoff positioning, impressing the committee, potential buys in the college football playoff, all at stake today.
The intensity in this game would just simply feel different than anything else we've seen throughout the course of the year because of what is riding on this game, David.
No doubt, the stakes. You don't get 1 versus 2 late in the season very often. So a chance to make a statement, a chance to prove you belong, a chance to really punch your ticket. Whoever wins, they're in the college football playoff.
Say it. Makes the grab. It's Jackson. Still on his feet at the 45. Wide open spaces. He's at the 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And with the extra point, they stretch the lead to 13. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. He's got the tight end. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, and you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a man. It's Carr. That's caught. It's Graham. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Here's Carr to throw. Right down the middle. Tight end getting vertical. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Jackson. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Using his feet. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Run the gun on 3rd down, St. Clair. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
I got to be honest, guys. I know there are a lot of people out there with this field position that would say punt the football, but based on the success they've had early in this game with 3 touchdowns already, playing with confidence, I think I'd just go for it.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Making side adjustments here. Carr. Rushes on him. Breaks into the open. Flies to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into that.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of the defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
One more snap coming before halftime. Takes a handoff. It's Jackson. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. We begin with Minnesota taking on the number 25 team, the Iowa Hawkeyes. And it's the Gophers coming away victorious in an absolute instant classic. We'll have to check the record books to find the last time both teams went over 50 points. My goodness, what a game. This ball club now stands at 7 wins. They've assured themselves at the very least of a better than 500 regular season.
Carr on play action.
Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Throwing, Carr. Here's the pressure. He's sacked. This defense all over him. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye D.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
Fires to the tight end. He stopped short, and it's fourth down.
Listen, you hear all the time about how important it is to stay on schedule offensively, right? And this is a perfect example. You just can't have negative plays early in drives because even when you come up with big plays like we just saw, you're still miles away from picking up this first down. You're making it so hard on your offense.
Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
Nice job. A little hang time, getting it up in the air. It's coming inside the 10. That thing goes inside the 5-yard line. That is exactly how you draw it up.
Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. He'll be stopped at the 15. It'll be a first down, and this defense misses an opportunity to keep them backed up close to the goal line. Offense in a bunch formation. Sayin on the play action. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle box. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Here's Sayin to throw. The short hands. It's Jackson. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
In some ways, guys, it feels as if the first part of the season has built to this, a real chance to prove yourself in a battle between number 1 and number 2.
I think this is a game, guys, that's really going to define the path to the national championship. It's rare that you get this 1 versus 2 matchup at this time of the year. So you know here, David, the energy is just going to be off the charts.
Yeah, because we already know midway through the season now what these teams are. And they're great teams that are trying to get into the playoffs. So whoever gets this dub now, you got a win against a top team for your resume. And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Wide open downfield. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Zayn, forced out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
Man, that used to just drive me nuts. I couldn't stand that. The quarterback drops back to pass, scrambles around. You got me chasing you all over the field, getting close to the sideline. Stay in bounds. Please stay in bounds. Let me get a little bit of a reward for all my running so I can just put some kind of hit on him. Nope, steps out of bounds.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
The noise level is relentless here on second down. Trying to be heard above the noise. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle them.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeye. That one will give them the lead. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Going for two here to try to make the lead 7. Here's Julian Zayn to throw. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. Here he comes from inside his own 5. They tried to get the wall set up for him, not quite enough for the huge play, but a good job to give his offense some breathing room. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Might be calling a hot route. The run inside. It's Mobley. Picks up the first down. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Notre Dame will come to the line after that huge gain and try to keep the momentum going. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. He's got him. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Carr. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. On target to the left.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
They're in the gun, 3rd down. Here's Carr. It's complete to the right. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They are lining up the scoreboard. Every touchdown has an answer, it seems. Trying to push the lead to a field goal with his 2-point conversion attempt. In the red area, it's Mobley. Stopped short. They'll bring him down at the 1. He just couldn't get it in. Coming out with it, it's Glover. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Running inside, it's Jackson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Quickly to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Throwing, say it. Swings it out to the flat. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
And that's a nice job by the offense. Man, I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. And this time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Final stands of the game, and will start with the first down. Again, it's Sayin. Makes the grab.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
A field goal attempt from this spot would be 52 yards out. A few yards on third down would make it easier. Sayin from the gun on third down. Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Yeah, and you gotta love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up on somebody else, it's never gonna be a cornerback. That's not gonna happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated, now I'm gonna go attack and make some plays.
Say it. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. He makes the grab. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Both these teams unbeaten in conference play, and the shape of the race will unfold here in the final moments. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or 2.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. On the move. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. 3rd and goal. Down in the final period in a tight game, and they will go for it on 4th and goal. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Ohio State. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. The Buckeyes with an answer.
Man, this is wild late in the game. We're seeing 2 heavyweight fighters trading blows. The offense scores their last time out. This offense now scores a touchdown here late to get the lead, but there's time left on the clock. Can the defense step up here and make a stop to preserve this win?
Going for 2 here to try to make the lead 7. They'll move the wide receiver. Here's Sayin to throw. He's got his man. He gets it into the end zone. The 2-point try is good, and now the lead is 7. That is what they mean when they say ball control. A 14-play touchdown drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. And now this offense needs a late 4th quarter drive to answer that last touchdown. The run inside. It's Mobley. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Notre Dame right back to the line. They'll go right back to him. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Snagged out of the air. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Fourth down, Carr. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Notre Dame ready to go with another 1st down. Here's Carr to throw. Finds his big tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. He would love to have picked up the 1st down there, but saving the timeouts, saving the clock, much more important right now.
Yeah, that could save the game, because now I can work the middle of the field still. Now I can still take those shots deep. When I get without timeouts and those start to dwindle.
Wide open on the right. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the 1st down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory. How about that awareness to make the grab and immediately head for the boundary to save clock?
I mean, you can't do it any better than that. First you make the catch, run after the catch, get the 1st down, and get out of bounds. Perfect execution by the receiver.
Looking to throw, it's Carr. Working that left side now.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
Run in the red zone, it's Mobley. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. Carr. He's got it on the run. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the 4th with a touchdown. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their 1st. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Nowhere to run, and he gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Ohio State calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. A huge chance for points here on 3rd and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. Throwing, Carr. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Past the 50. He's at the 30. Inside the touchdown, Buckeyes. A pick six. The lead gets bigger here in the 4th quarter, and their run continues, about to go 8-0. So you think they shouldn't run up the score like this? I remember an old story of one coach telling the other one, I only coach one team, man. It's your job to stop me.
Yep, I like that approach. That should be your philosophy, but that doesn't mean you don't remember that. You have a turn later on, a lot of times, when your team's better, to do the same thing, to return the favor. And make him forget that.
Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. He wants a big play here late. And he went for it all in the first play of the drive and come up empty.
And, man, he was just like, forget that, guys. I'm getting this back on one play. Like, obviously the big decision last drive, makes the mistake that goes all the way back to the house, and it looked to me like I want it all back. We're going to get the momentum.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And obviously, guys, this drive is critical. You're down. You've got to score. So with a couple of timeouts in your pocket, man, like, that changes the whole dynamic of this 2-minute drill. Like, I can work the whole field. And here coming up on 3rd down, man, don't be scared to do that. Don't be scared to run it. Don't be scared to throw a screen to get some yardage to get a first down.
On the run, it's Mobley. Maybe a crease. Got enough for the first. And that is how we will wrap this one up.